verse 10.
And what does it say? Can you look at what it says?
It says, "Do not fear, I am with you. Do not be anxious, I am your God. I will strengthen you, I will help you, I will uphold you with my victorious right hand."
Woo!
Faith. And how failure, even though it has its origin and its meaning, I think we need to redefine it as we go along, as we go through life. I know that's what I'm doing. I'm driving, guys. But I'm reflecting, and I know that if I don't do this video now, the intensity and the intentionality behind my thoughts in this moment won't be the same an hour from now, so I'm doing it now. But I've been reflecting on my failures, and I think you probably saw my video on the relaunch and just different, like, I had a couple of podcast episodes that were like epic failures, you know what I mean? According to the world standard and institutions. But you know what? I am reflecting, and I realize that it's in those moments of so-called failure where I gain humility. It's in those moments where, you know, something didn't go right, or things didn't go the way I had expected, or the outcome is totally not what I wanted. But it's in those moments of failure that, you know, I have gained, you know, humility. Humility does not come from when you're like on the mountaintop, when things are going right. But humility is such an important garment to have, an inner garment really, to have, to wear, you know. And so it's in these moments of failure, like, again, you know, the podcast episodes that went wrong, the book launch that definitely didn't go right. I mean, just so many things that have happened recently. So many efforts of friends that I've been working on, and it just didn't happen. And it's in those moments where, you know, when I feel horrible, like I planned this, because I'm a planner, guys. I like to plan. I'm very type A. Been working with me, you know that I'm very organized, very structured. But you know what? One of the things I've learned in this work and in life is that life is not linear. There's nothing about linearity that works. There's always correction and adaptations in nature. So what else have I learned in my failure? It's in my failures that I've learned humility. It's in my failures that, you know, insecurities actually leave. Yes, that's when they leave, because they're so present. They're so present when you have a failure. And if we're not careful, they will, like, you know, just run us over. But that's not the intent of failure. And so I realized, you know, that in this precious moment of failing, okay, is when I gain humility. And in this humility is when the insecurities that are very present, very strong, is when they leave, because then I have room. Humility gives me the space then and the room to look at what it is that I'm insecure about, and perhaps that keeps showing up in the work that I do, in my life that I live. I don't know, in the midst of failures that I've had recently, you know, is when I've gained the most confidence, because then I'm able to look at what's happening, you know, from an honest perspective, right? Because that's what humility allows you to do, is to look at things from an honest perspective, to be able to ask questions, become curious about them, and that's where you gain the confidence, because you can look and ask. And it's in these failures where, you know, I become less heady, like I know everything, because none of us do. We have a lot of information, but we just don't know. And we have to make the two connect so we can actually know, you know, that we can connect, that we can actually engage with others. To me, that's when you know. and so, you know, in my failures, it's when, you know, I gain this confidence. It's when insecurities leave. It's when the pain becomes productive. It's teaching me. And so failure, again, I think it needs to be redefined. You know, maybe it's important that you and I take a look at when something goes wrong, to see maybe if there's more humility needed, to see maybe if some insecurities need to leave. And I think we always need to work on our insecurities. None of us don't have any. And then, you know, what is this pain trying to teach us, you know, before it leaves? And so I think failure really then leads to the success that is for us, is for each and every one of us. So this is just part of the faith series, and just doing my own reflection in the work that I do professionally, work I do in my own life. Because, you know, like I always say when I'm sitting on the couch, this goes for me first before it ever goes for you. I cannot teach something that I don't practice. So, I don't know. I hope that you give that some thought, and I don't know, ponder that. Let that sit into your heart a little bit and see what you come up with. Bye guys.